I don't I don't know if this was done on purpose, but it's a really nice backdrop as I start this presentation. All right, can you hear me? It's better with the mic or without the mic? Anyone? Let me see. Who is that in the crowd? All right. First of all, can we just give the chamber a big, big round of applause? This is looking good. And it says to us that the 10th staging of Black River Day is going to be the biggest and the best that we have ever had. Looking good. Well done, team. Mr. Liebert, who is representing our mayor, good to see you. Sir Liebert, I heard you there in the back. I see a number of our councillors. Councillor Sangster is here, along with his lovely wife, Jackie, and of course, Dr. Carl White, Councillor for the Peter Place Division, is also here with us. I did see Councillor Samuels for the Ipswich Division. He is here with us. Mr. Lionel Mary, our Director of Product Development and Community Tourism at TPDCO. Other members of the TPDCO team, including our Destination Assurance Manager, Mr. Jonathan Bamidele. Of course, our Parish Manager, Mr. Sean Brissett, heard your speech, wonderful speech earlier. Mr. Brissett, where are you? Where are you hiding? Oh, he left. All right. Miss Andrea Foster. I wanted to give Miss Foster a big round of applause. When you see best dress, you see money. Right? So you have to make them feel welcome. You have to make them feel welcome. Superintendent of Police, Mr. Coleridge Minto. Boy, it's the first time seeing you out of uniform like this. We have to keep more events of this nature so you can, what a man sharp. He was on a radio interview the other day. I think it was last week. And I had the pleasure of tuning in. And I think my favorite part of it was when he said, the people of St. Elizabeth love him. And he loves them. Good things happen when you associate with Black River Days. Last year you were DSP. This year you are superintendent. We are taking all the credit for that. We are taking, if it never comes St. Elizabeth, it won't happen. We are taking all the credit for that one. Miss Miranda Wellington, other specially invited guests. I know there are a number of our business operators who are here. I see Chris from Sealand. I see Dr. Bamidele. I see Sir Cespedes. I know we have a number of special invited guests, members of the media. It is really good that we can be here to celebrate the 10th staging of Black River Day. And I'm very happy that the theme focuses part of it on resilience. Even though it does say tourism resilience, I think the fact that we are here celebrating 10 years speaks to the resilience of Black River Day. And I can tell you, having been here now since 2016, there was a time that we wondered if we were going to stage Black River Day again. After COVID-19, and with all of that displacement and the fact that we were unable to stage Black River Day, when we said we wanted to go back out, and the team from the chamber said they wanted to go back out, a number of voices said it wouldn't work. It doesn't make sense. Better we try something different. But I must tell you, one, I have to commend the leadership of the St. Elizabeth Chamber. I have to commend, give them a big, big round of applause. All the teams that have worked on it, including now our president, Mrs. Kadian Myers-Brown, who has taken the vision and has expanded it tremendously. But when we felt that it may not happen, we did reach out to TPDCO, because at that time, sponsorship was very hard to come by. And, you know, oftentimes there's a lot happens behind the scenes, and you don't get a chance to tell the people, thank you. But I want to personally thank Lionel Myrie, who you may not know, but was a key advocate to ensure that Black River Day got some money. And if we didn't get that money from TPDCO, we probably would not have been able to stage Black River Day. And now, They have moved from a little baby sponsor to know they can talk on our program. Give them a big round of applause. It's money do that, you know. It's when the more you sponsor, the bigger the little area you get on the program. So it is great to see that Black River Day has not only continued, but has evolved. As you would have already heard, we are now a national event. We're designated a national event. Very few parishes have a festival. In fact, I can't think of any other that has a festival of this nature that is a national event. We are now a major event for TPDCO. And as you would have heard from the president, there are a number of new initiatives coming this year to make the 10th staging of Black River Day the best ever. And I'm happy as Member of Parliament to be a part of that process. But Black River Day's mission is bigger than Black River Day. The point is, how can we drive commerce in the town of Black River? And that is why you see the theme this year speaks about building commerce through tourism resilience, food, culture, and entertainment. And when I became Member of Parliament, one of the things that I had to look at is what can the government do to try and drive the rebirth of Black River. Clearly, the Chamber had embarked on Black River Day, and we were bringing a lot of people down here for Black River Day, but we needed to do more. And the government needed to invest more to ensure that Black River really fulfills its potential as a cultural mecca in Jamaica. And as such, we started that process. We started from some storyboards across Black River just to tell the story. A wonderful story. As you all know, Black River is the first place in Jamaica to have electricity. It's the first place in Jamaica to have a motor vehicle drive on the road. And as such, we told the stories through a series of storyboards across Black River. But we didn't stop there. We worked with TPDCO and TF, and we did our first streetscape right outside of the parish church to give a good feel, a different upliftment for the town. We have continued with that, and we've now done murals. We've done another streetscape right in front of the hospital again to be consistent with the feel of Black River. And if you don't know, the murals that we have in Black River are the first rural murals that have augmented reality. What it means is that if you haven't tried it yet, there's a little QR code there. You can download the app. And when you scan the murals come to life, telling you the story of Black River. From our logwood trade, from the Zong, from everything that has happened in our history that has made us into who we are. And outside of that, there's no question. When you stop by the hospital now, you must say to yourself, hear everybody say yes, but I have to say no further. I think the biggest testament is that's the people out there taking picture. Like it's a tourist stop. But we wanted to ensure that there is a feel in the town. And we've done a lot of work on the hospital, not just on the outside of the hospital, but we've also brought in new equipment to the hospital, and we're moving the Black River Hospital from a Type C hospital to a Type B hospital, offering more services to the citizens and residents of Black River. So we decided that as a government, we had to do more. And I must tell you, the private sector in Black River has truly stepped up to the plate and has truly answered the call. I mean, I can't think of any other town now that has the amount of new buildings and openings that we're having right here in Black River. We have a state-of-the-art St. Best pharmacy. When you look at it, it looks very, very first world. We were lucky to be over there when Cespedes opened his plaza. Again, very, very first world. Carlis has done some tremendous work in his pharmacy and is continuing to expand. We are seeing the rebirth of Black River. And if you don't know, we have a new travel service that's opening tomorrow. So I want to invite everybody to come down to Sharika because we have a brand new travel service on a brand new plaza by a wonderful young entrepreneur from Black River who is going to change the world. We are doing great things here in Black River. And there is a lot more on the horizon. In fact, we have been looking to see how can we get more government services into Black River. And I'm pleased to announce that in the fourth quarter of this year, Recycling Partners will be establishing a depot in Black River so that we can start our drive to ensure that we're recycling all our plastics. They've already identified the land. They've started cleanup. And I think that is big news for the town of Black River. But there's more. PICA is looking to find a home to come back into Black River. And I think that is something that is long overdue. The National Identification Center, NIDS, will be establishing a one-stop shop right here in Black River, transforming the post office into a new center for registration for a national identification system. And I do plan on Black River Day this year, Madam President, for you to join us as we open the South Coast office of the Tourism Product Development Corporation. That will be established right here in Black River. Already, we have already chosen the location. We're already putting in the equipment. So I have just given you a date, Mr. Mary, 26th of July, that we're going to open that office. You hear, Dr. Bamidili? You hear, Jonathan? All right. So big things are happening in Black River. But outside of that, the beauty of this year's Black River Day is that we're bringing together a number of different things. Clearly, we've been heavy on the culture and entertainment, but you would have heard from Cadian that we're also going to be focusing on the food. I would have heard big things about celebrity cook-offs and things of that nature, and I do expect that RADA will be a significant part of Black River Day, and I'm announcing today that RADA will be a part of Black River Day. And RADA will be looking to establish a farmers market as a significant part of Black River Day, especially highlighting our value-added processes and our value-added products. So you can touch base with Mr. Mark Lee. That is signed, sealed, and delivered. There are some other sponsors on the horizon, but I'll speak to you about that, Cadian. But let us talk a little bit as I close about agriculture, because it would be, I couldn't come to speak at Black River Day in the breadbasket and not speak about what is happening in agriculture. The reality is that last year was one of our most difficult years in agriculture. We had our driest year ever recorded in the history of Jamaica. We had the longest drought that we had ever seen. Nonetheless, despite the drought, despite the fact that we moved from drought to torrential rainfall, in 2 times where people saw their crops being washed out, last year we recorded our second highest level of production ever in the history of Jamaica. For the second time in our history, we produced over 700,000 tons of domestic production. And I will have you know, of all the parishes, St. Elizabeth contributes the most to that domestic production. And we should clap the hardworking farmers and fishers from St. Elizabeth. Big things are on the horizon. For decades, we have spoken about the Pedro Plains Irrigation Scheme. For decades, people have campaigned on it, have gone house to house, promising it. When I became Member of Parliament in 2017, the first thing that we did was to undertake a feasibility study to see if the long-standing idea of taking water from the Black River to irrigate the plains of Pedro, if that could actually work. If it could work in this day and age. It was an idea that was put forward from as far back as the 1970s. Our feasibility study showed that it can work. And I'm very happy that we can now say the Pedro Plains Irrigation Project has started. I think that deserves a big round of applause. The government has earmarked $710 million towards the commencement of the Pedro Plains Irrigation Scheme. We have already started the cadastral mapping. Cadastral mapping is the first stage because the idea is we will take water from the Black River, run it through pipes into reservoir, and use that to irrigate the plains of Pedro. In fact, it has gone through all the public infrastructure committees of the government. In fact, the last meeting that we had, it got its final approval, and the Pedro Plains Irrigation Scheme will cost us, as a country, $32 billion to get done. But it will irrigate 4,000 hectares of land, which is over 10,000 acres of land, spanning all the way from Parity, Mountainside, through Barbary Hall, through Flaggerman, Greenfield, all the way up to Southfield, bringing water to the most productive area in our country. Now imagine, we are so good without the water. Imagine when we get the water. And that is why we are working so hard to ensure that we're getting the water. Not only have we started the cadastral mapping, and I'll have you know, under the Pedro Plains irrigation scheme, 1,000 persons will get titles free of cost as we do the cadastral mapping to do the easements for the pipelines. And we're now doing a water demand survey. The persons have been in and around the communities to ensure that when the water comes, it will flow directly to the farms that are interested. So big things are happening on the agriculture side. Big things are also happening on the fisheries side. Everybody familiar with Galleon Beach? Wonderful area, yes? If you don't know, Galleon Beach is a home to our sanctuary. And part of what we have been doing is looking at how can we ensure that our sanctuaries that are so important to drive the redevelopment of our marine ecosystem, that our sanctuaries can make some money. So what we have done through our program at the ministry is that we've set up an office space at Galleon Beach. We've set up a jetty at Galleon Beach. We have purchased some kayaks at Galleon Beach. What it means is that all of you, when you come down for the weekend for Black River Day, after the Friday, on the Saturday, you can go out to Galleon Beach and kayak in our sanctuary and see the wonderful marine ecosystem. Of course, for a cost, right? We're doing this to ensure that we can sustain our fisheries sector and Galleon Beach. Finally, big things on the horizon for the Hounslow Research Center. I know Murphy Gregg is a man who loves him curry goat, right? Not true, Murphy? All right. And you appreciate that, unfortunately, sometimes you're eating curry goat, but it's not actually goat. It is mutton. About 70% of what we consume as goat is actually not goat, it's actually imported mutton, right? We only produce about 25 to 30% of our needs in relation to goats. And as such, we are looking to drive our small ruminant sector. We import about $3 billion in mutton. So that means there are $3 billion out there that all of us can get and can participate in. So we have done a program through the ministry, along with the Ministry of Finance. We're allowing people to import goats duty-free so that they can build their herds. Thankfully, since the start of the year, since the start of the program, we've imported about 1,000 goats to drive our small ruminant sector. And of that, the government has only imported 200. The other 800 has been imported by the private sector. A lot of people are seeing the sense of getting into our small ruminant industry. So Murphy Gregg, I know you have some money looking to do something with. I would suggest to you that you look into goat rearing. And one of the things that we plan to do is that Hounslow was earmarked as a center, was earmarked as a research station that should play special emphasis on our goat and small ruminant population. We are going to be putting some resources into Hounslow to build back its capacity. We want it to be a center of excellence for research, especially in our small ruminant sector. And we've earmarked not $1 million, but we earmarked over $1 billion to drive the redevelopment of our research.
St. Elizabeth Chamber of Commerce, Black River Chapter, and all our stakeholders here this evening. We want to thank you for your time and your presentation, sir.
That was just a thank you clap for the minister. Put your hands together and applause the minister properly. No one knows where you get all the boasting from. What a piece of boasting. And now I have even more reason to want to come to Black River, because I learned that when our superintendent came here first, he was not superintendent. I wonder what I will get when I move down here. All right, so let me move and let us see. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that was really refreshing. It was encouraging. And it just encouraged me to move a little fast. As a matter of fact, I made a phone call back home. I'm not going back. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a wonderful evening. It was really refreshing. And I'm happy that we could have been here so that we could enjoy each other. And as we anticipate the day, I want us to say 12 minus 2, not true? All of 10 years, 12 minus 2, because I heard that it was really from 2012 that we started, and not from 2014 as I would have thought, because we're saying 10 years. And so, ladies and gentlemen, for us, this evening was great. But let me now invite our Public Relations Officer, Miss Thamil Vassal. She's coming at this time to move the vote of thanks.
Good night again, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little plug here that we'd like to thank our newest sponsors, Keller Williams Realty, who believes that St. Elizabeth is the place to live, grow, and do business, right? And Keller Williams will be having an open house this Sunday in the beautiful hills of Monroe, St. Elizabeth. So if you need more further information, they're here with us tonight. So reach out to one of their agents. That's Mr. Nevin Nish or Mr. Patrick Phillips, and they can give you all the information you need if you need another piece of St. Elizabeth. Soup? All right? Madam PRO?
Honorable Floyd Green, His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Richard Solomon, Superintendent of Police, Mr. Coleridge Minto, the Parish Manager, South Regional Health Authority, Mr. Sean Brissett, Director of Product Development and Community Tourism at TPDCO, Mr. Lionel Mary, other distinguished guests, media personnel, Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is a great honor to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the St. Elizabeth Chamber of Commerce, Black River Chapter. As William Arthur Ward once said, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a gift and not giving it. On behalf of the St. Elizabeth Chamber of Commerce, I would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone for being a part of the media launch of the 10th staging of Brand Black River. A special thank you goes out to our dedicated team of organizers and volunteers who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure a smooth execution of this event. Your hard work and commitment have not gone unnoticed, and we truly appreciate what you have done. Thank you to our sponsors, supporters, and partners for their generous support and contributions. Without your assistance, this event would not have been possible, and we are genuinely grateful for your continued partnership. As we bring this event to a close, let us carry forward the knowledge, connections, and memories we have gained today. I hope that this event has been as meaningful to you as it has been for us. Once again, thank you to each and everyone for being a part of this wonderful occasion. Safe travels home, and we look forward to seeing you at Black River Day 2024.